I'll come back. I will come back because of Una. I will not cry, I go miss you. No cry. No cry.
God will go with you.
Amen.
His hand will be upon you.
Amen.
You will not die.
I must come back for Una, Hey, it's getting me all this. Karuwa community not go suck my blood.
Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Haikesha Olushi, and on this channel I talk about faith, lifestyle and gospel movie review. If you're new to this channel, thanks for stopping by. If you're a subscriber, thanks for coming back. In this video, I'll be reviewing the 12th episode of Abattoir season 5. This episode was filled with funny moments, interesting scenes, lessons to learn and suspense. It started with the court proceedings and we said that Natalie was the same Natalie who was after Akin's daughter is the barrister in charge of the case. We saw a lot of activities that took place in this episode. One of the funny scenes in this episode was the scene where Rambo was discussing with Kante, and Rambo told Kante that he needed clarification on a passage of the scripture, and Kante was like, I went to church when I was younger, let me read it. And Kante read it the first time, read it the second time, and guys, have you noticed how the sound of the movie is just in tune with the scenes that are being acted? Like when I heard that sound at that scene, I knew that something fishy in Officer Payo's voice was about to happen with the way Kante was repeatedly reading the Bible verse and the way the sound was just entering the background. I was like, okay, let's hear what you have, and then Kante said what he said, which was
waiting to water. Polo, this passage they talk about benefit of water. Maya Yuso, water is good. As a matter of fact, water is life. Water, they quench thirst. Water, they nourish body. As it is so, dirty water, they cause diarrhea. Dirty water, they cause stomach upset. And many other things like that. This passage, come they advise us, say, make we dey take water steadily for good health. Now wetin the passage they talk be that. Life without water, na death o. Na death. It's simple now. Simple. So, Alpha, water. Water now.
What you do?
You go drink water for good health. May nourish your body.
I go find out.
even though it was a funny scene, I like the fact that at the beginning of that particular scene, Kante was calling Rambo, but Rambo corrected him that, I'm not Rambo, the Rambo you used to know, I'm now Paul. And that's a very significant thing, the fact that when we now give our life to Christ, we are now new creation in Christ, and people that have known us before, we try to identify us as what they know us for our past. For Rambo's case, now Paul Israel, God was particular by giving him a new name, and so it would be very wrong for him to keep bearing the name he had in his past when he now has a new name. And so I like the fact that he had to highlight to Kante that, I'm not Rambo, I'm a new person, and this person you're talking to is not Rambo, this person is Paul. Another funny scene was the scene where Officer Pius took his wife and his daughter to go and beg Officer Gabriel. Officer Gabriel was like, why did you have to beg your family to come and do this type of thing? And he was like, person that is shameless to have shame. I'm like, hey, really? And despite all of that, we saw that he still went to Karua's village because Officer Gbenro was not even moved. Notice in this episode how Natalie also went to visit Frank, and Frank's wife came to show herself again, and she shot the gun, and Natalie was not even moved. And when she threatened Natalie told her that, I've recorded all that you said and I can use it against you. And Natalie just took over everything and gave the orders and had to make Frank and his wife sit. And then we saw Akin calling Natalie, and when Akin called Natalie, I was hoping that maybe he would just call her and then tell her that, I can report you to the police since my daughter is still alive and she took this from you. I can report you and say, that you gave her this. I wanted to kill her life. I can just call Natalie and just spoke with her. I just like, we were just catching up on old times, because usually that's what they would do. They would talk. Natalie would threaten him. He would say, no, you can't do anything to me. One of the things that really got me thinking was the scene where Folarin and Akin came to the fellowship venue to meet the president, Nicholas and Joanne, and they tried talking to them about how Karuwa village was, and tried talking to them about going with security or making adequate preparations spiritually before going. And Folarin mentioned something that was actually thought-provoking. He said that he had seen them embark on spiritual exercises like praying and fasting for things that weren't so serious, in quotes, whereas they were bent on going to Karuwa village without exactly engaging properly spiritually. Even though Dele had clearly stated that the escort had made a decision and there was no going back on that decision, the fact that Folarin had brought out that point could have made them think that, oh, are we truly prepared for this? Not because they were afraid, but because they wanted to be prepared.
Do you think the devil will be sleeping, knowing fully well that we are coming for his captive? If we want to go to that dangerous zone, we need security backing. Secondly, we must go in a large number.
We don't need numbers. We have the host of heavens following us.
Thirdly, and most importantly, we must be prepared. Dele, have we really prayed about this trip? Have we engaged in spiritual preparation such as fasting? Or we are just assuming that God will take control because we are going on his mission?
We saw the day they were to go to Karuwa village to see the king of the village, how that Folarin came and he insisted he was going to sit in the front, and then Folarin insisted on sitting at the front seat, and they had to tell him that, oh yeah, you can't sit in the front seat is for the president, and they were unwilling to bend or break, and I understand that fact, right? And then now went to sit close to the door, and they say no, you can't sit here for the general secretary. It's like every position has a seat, and so if you don't have a position, your seat is at the back. And Folarin was really upset. He got in there. Nicholas was upset, and you could see that they were not in unity. They were going for such a sensitive spiritual journey, and they were not united, and that was like a red flag, because when you are going for such journeys, you have to be careful to ensure that you're going in oneness. We saw how that their disunity didn't end at the beginning of their journey. They took it along with them up to the point where they got to the village, Karuwa village, and then the villagers were trying to welcome them, and they started arguing again within themselves, and the villagers could tell that these people are not united. The hunters were trying to welcome them, but the hunters felt like, oh, they weren't accepting, they don't appreciate what we are doing for them. Another thing that stood out for me was the scene where Barrister Dele, Barrister Gbenro, Baba Gbenro were outside discussing after the court proceedings, and then Martins came to meet them and was trying to ask questions, and they were trying to answer, and then Baba Gbenro caught Gbenro at the point and said what he's trying to say is that all things work together for good. Martins is letting all of this stress him out a lot, and he's beginning to lose sight of the things that he should be looking onto. He's beginning to lose sight of things that his eyes should be focused on. His eyes should be focused on God and the possibility that God can do anything. I should hold on to God that, oh, this is a trying time, this is a challenging situation, but I believe. You should hold on to God that, oh God, I believe you are going to do this, instead of entertaining doubt and fear. That thing that stood out for me, especially in that scene where Folarin was discussing with Dele, Nicholas and Joanne. When Dele was emphasizing the fact that, oh, the escorts have sat down and it's a decision that they have made and they cannot go back on their decisions. The escorts I was like, who are these escorts? Are these escorts not human beings? Are these escorts not students to can they be called again and asked to sit again? And apart from that, I was also wondering, is there no leader apart from Dele, like the president? Is there no like the father figure in the fellowship, or an advisor, someone that they put their decisions under, an elderly person who they go to seek counsel from? Because I feel like that's very vital. I don't think that a fellowship should be without elders, especially a campus fellowship. And so when they are making critical decisions like this one, especially when there is an issue that, oh, this place is a dangerous place, and maybe you're not aware and now you know, I feel like it should have resulted to them going to seek counsel from their patron or their advisor or their counselor if they have one. And then towards the end of the movie, we saw that Officer Pius eventually got to Karuwa village and his wife and his daughter were crying. And oh, I would love to see you again. They were just there bidding him farewell. And then he left. And then we saw that at that same point too, Dele and his guys also went to Karuwa village and they successfully entered the village. And I was so excited that oh, they have entered. But then my excitement was cut short when they were returning from the village and they were stopped by Officer Pius. And when they saw a car coming in front of them and Folarin was saying, that car is driving very fast, start the bus. And Dele was like, don't start the bus. The police officer said, is it Dele or Nicola that was like, don't start the bus. The police officer said, I'm like, start the bus first, right? The police are here. Does not mean that the police can do anything. Start the bus first. You've already been told of the kind of place you are in. Who are you expecting? Who are you expecting to come that you are saying don't start the bus? Start the bus, and then when the car comes, you can know whether you will move or you will stay. And by the time the car now came and they're still hearing gunshots and wanted to start the bus, it was now too late. And at that point, they now said to run out of the vehicle and they forgot Dele inside, or Dele forgot himself inside. I don't even know what happened, guys, because I feel like Dele could have jumped to the back seat, and even though bullets were flying everywhere, but I felt like he should have jumped to the back seat and followed the back door and run away. But he was trying to open the front door, and the front door had a fault, couldn't open from inside, and there was no way he could escape. And guys, we saw that the gun was shot into the bus, and Dele was asked to smile for the camera. Then we saw that Dele's dad received the call and his countenance changed. Then the episode finished. Guys, what do you think? I don't want Dele to die. I hope he doesn't die. Guys, what do you think? Do you think Dele really died or he's not dead? Okay guys, thanks for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. Like this video and share it. Also, tell me in the comment section who your favorite character was from this episode, or what your favorite lesson has been so far in the Abattoir series.